Hello everyone. So I will resume the previous paper, which is A Level Physics, Feb March 2025 to 2. Now question number 5. This question is related with the CRO. A stationary loudspeaker emits, so it means that there are two questions from the waves has been asked in this paper. So a stationary loudspeaker emits a sound of constant frequency, so it means time period will remain same. A microphone is placed near to the loudspeaker and connected to a cathode ray oscilloscope CRO. The trace on the screen of the CRO is shown in the diagram. Now the value of the time base is given. The speed of the sound emitted by a loudspeaker is 330 meter per second. He is asking that how can you calculate the wavelength? So in order to calculate the wavelength, we will apply the formula V equal to F lambda and then make lambda as a subject. So lambda that is equal to V over F. Now the speed of sound is given, speed is given, but frequency is not given. So in order to calculate the frequency, we will apply this formula F that is equal to 1 by T. Now how we will calculate the time period? So for that, what we will do, we will observe that in how many large boxes a complete time period is given. So I will start from here 1, 2, 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter, and then 5.8. So it is not exactly given over here. If it will be given over here, then the value will be 6 centimeter, 6 boxes. But it is in the 5.8 boxes. So what we will do in order to calculate the time period? We will count the total number of boxes, large boxes along x-axis, multiply it by the value of one box as given in the time base scale. We will get time period, and then we will get the frequency. Frequency is calculated by the 1 over t, and then we will get 344.827 hertz. And after that we will substitute the value, and then we will get answer 0.96. The loudspeaker is now moving towards the right hand side by emitting the sound of constant frequency. The time period of the CRO is increasing. Now time period is increasing means that it is accelerating, it is gaining the speed. The time period will increase. If the time period will decrease, it means that the object is moving slow down. If the time period will increase, it means that it is now moving at a rapid speed. So describe the motion of the loudspeaker. Loudspeaker is moving away because time period is increasing, so frequency will decrease. So whenever object will move away from the source, the wavelength will increase, frequency will decrease, frequency decrease, time period will increase. So this is what we got the answer. Many candidates recognize that the loudspeaker is moving away. Many also gave correct explanation relating with the increase in the time period and decrease in the frequency. Although this was not required in the command word describe. So if you will explain it, okay, that is fine, acceptable, but explanation is not required. A small minority realized that the continuous increase in the time period means that the speed of the loudspeaker was increasing. So this is the point which you have to keep in your mind. Now the next question is related to the current electricity. Our cylindrical copper wire of P is this. The data is given this. Total number of particle capital N is given, resistivity is given, resistance is given, current is given, all that data is given. So now the question is what is required? PD or voltage is required. We will apply formula V equal to IR. Now the common mistake is the conversion. Millisecond is 10 raised power minus 3. So kindly remember the values of all these prefixes. So we will get answer 2.8 into 10 raised power minus 3. Now the next question is related with show that the cross-sectional area is this. So now I will apply the formula R equal to rho L over A. Show that. So make A as the subject, substitute the values. Conversion is very much required. Wherever the conversion is required, this is the common mistake by the student. So I will get the answer 1.3 into 10 to the power minus 6. Now the next one is the show that the number density of the charge carrier in the wire is this. Now number density as the 1 over volume. So because it has unit of m minus 3. So now what we will do, we will calculate the volume. Now volume is calculated by area into length. So these two dimensions are given. So I will get the volume. Now in this volume, these particles are contained. So in unit volume, how many particles will be contained? So we will use the formula. If the number of particles is given and the volume is given, then we will calculate the number charge density by dividing the total number of particles which are given by capital N over the volume. Then we will get the answer. So this was a very easy question. Now calculate the drift velocity. Again, this question is a straightforward. Make You have to remember the formula. Rearrange the formula according to the required values and then substitute the values, and then you will get your drift speed. Now this is a technical question. A different copper wire Q has the same volume. Now this is the key point, but non-uniform radius. As we can see from the diagram, this is wire P, this is wire Q. As shown in the diagram, the radius R1 at the end X of the wire Q is the same as the radius R2 is less. So now if I will take the average, then the average radius will be less than the radius of wire P. So it means that now if I will write down the formula, the volume is constant, the area is pi r square, the average radius will decrease, then what will happen? The length will increase. Now he is asking that state and explain how the resistance of the wire Q compare with the resistance of wire P. So now by using this prior knowledge, I will infer the result that length of Q is more than P. So length and resistance are proportional. It means resistance will increase. Then average cross-sectional radius will decrease. So area will decrease. Area and resistance are inversely proportional. So overall, the RQ will be greater than RP. First I will explain, then I will state. So this is a simple rule. Explain and then state. Now he is saying that when it will move from one end to the other end, what will happen? At this point, the cross-sectional area was greater. When it is moving to the other point, cross-sectional area will decrease. So when area will decrease, velocity will increase. So increasing gradient graph will be there. So when area and velocity are multiplying with each other, it means that they are inverse relationship with each other. Now the last question, that is a very easy question. A stationary nucleus Q, it means that initial velocity of the charge will be 0, and then it will split into R and alpha particle. Alpha particle is helium nucleus as well. Complete the equation for this decay. Now first of all, there are two alpha particles. The proton number for the one alpha particle is 2, and total protons are 88. So 2 will be emitted, so it means that 86 will be left, and then 222 plus 4, it means nucleon number was before splitting of Q in R and alpha was 226. So this is a very easy question. The most common incorrect value for the nucleon number of the Q was 218, and the most common incorrect value for the proton number was 90. So that was the incorrect values. Now by considering the momentum, calculate the speed of the nucleus R after the decay. Initially the Q was at rest, so M1 U1, M2 V2, M3 V3. We are required to calculate V2. So make V2 as the subject. This will move over there, and then I will substitute the values. Now the mass of the alpha particle is 4U, mass of the R is 222U. You can convert U into the kg as well, but these terms will be ultimately cancelled out. So we will get answer 2.7 into 10 raised power 5 with a negative sign. Certainly negative sign will be there, but you may and you may not represent the negative sign. Negative sign only shows that R and alpha will emit in the opposite direction. State three quantities that are conserved during the decay: momentum will conserve, charge will conserve, nucleon number will conserve, neutron number will conserve, and proton number will conserve. Very few candidates manage to give three quantities. So it means that this question which you have to, and this is a repeating question, you have to learn, you have to remember all these quantities. If you will write down only mass, it will be incorrect. If you will write down only energy, it will be incorrect. So you have to write down that the total mass and energy. This is the correct terminology. So this is also again another mistake which the students have done in this paper. So stay tuned for the more papers. Take care. Bye bye.